of the month of June 2013.
Even though we're in July now, but right. Nelson Mandela has spent the best part of this month, well, actually the worst part in his situation, in hospital, and he's said to be in a critical condition. So we have to keep you updated on that. And I know it sounds a bit sick, but I did have a bet on with someone that he would go before the end of the month, and he didn't, and I lost.
Well, oh dear.
I'm going to cut this out because it's not very it's not a very nice thing to do. But anyway, attraction won Britain's Got Talent. They're a Hungarian shadow art show, and I actually thought it was well deserved. I thought they were quite good. I don't know if either of you two saw it.
Yeah.
We'll keep a look out for it because it's quite good. It's something different, you know, other than singers and dancers. It was something quite entertaining.
You watch it.
And Andrea Begley won the BBC programme The Voice, which I didn't watch any of, so I couldn't tell you who she is. In other news, former Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi was found guilty of having sex with an underage prostitute at one of his parties.
Good man.
And he has been sentenced to 7 years in jail.
Oh.
Well, the thing is, he's probably done a lot more. You know, that's just the tip of the iceberg. But they needed to get him on something.
He was inspired by Jimmy Savile.
Well, don't know. Could have worked both ways.
The girls taking advantage of him.
No, well, yeah, because, you know, some people with money and power, girls seem to be attracted to that for some reason.
Of course, that's why you want to be a politician, isn't it?
I thought you was going to say that. No.
Well, didn't Henry Kissinger say power is the ultimate aphrodisiac?
Well, yeah, it was for women, but not so much for men. I mean, we don't.
We don't need them for this.
You know, when you've got people like Beyonce saying, "My shoes, I bought them. My rings, I bought them." You know, you think to yourself, so what? You know, if a man was singing that, you know, my trainers, I bought them. You know, the car I'm driving, I bought it. People would be like, well, what do you want, a medal? You know, but it works for her. You know, girl power, and they love it. Yeah. Anyway, 6 Muslim terrorists who plotted to bomb an English Defence League rally in Yorkshire last June have been found guilty of planned terrorism and got an average of 19 years each in prison. The gang, who came with nail bombs and sawn-off shotguns, turned up 2 hours late and missed the rally, and police kind of accidentally pulled them up because they were pulling them up to check their insurance because the car wasn't insured, and found all the weapons in the car. So bit of luck really, or unlucky if you're them. But former It's a Knockout presenter, 83-year-old Stuart Hall, was sentenced to 15 months in prison after being found guilty of sexually assaulting 13 girls. The youngest was 9 years old. And I put these 2 news stories together because, you know, to see the context of them. He only got 15 months for that. And Jeremy Forrest, the school teacher who last year abducted one of his 15-year-old pupils and took her to France, has been sentenced to 5.5 years in prison. So you've got a guy.
Something is missing.
So you've got a guy on one hand who's sexually abused at least 13 girls. The youngest, which was 9, gets 15 months, and someone who claims they were in love went out with a girl who was a couple of months maybe younger than the age limit, and he gets 5.5 years, which is I don't know.
Crazy. What would you do if you had the courts?
Well, yeah, I don't know. The thing is, I mean, all right, he needs to be punished. He definitely should have lost his job. You know, you can't be abusing your trust. But 5.5 years in prison compared to what, you know, Stuart Hall did, and he got 15. I don't know. It just didn't seem right to me.
Justice system just doesn't add up these days.
Lead singer of Red Hot Chili Peppers, Anthony Kiedis, was punched and knocked to the floor by security after being mistaken for a Rolling Stones fan trying to sneak into the hotel to meet the band. He took it light-hearted. I think he had a joke about it afterwards, but yeah, that was quite funny. And also, we've got a Chinese woman has designed a pair of tights to stop men perving and looking at their legs. The tights give the appearance of hairy legs, then like nude colour with hairs on them. Yeah, and I think that's why. Because the thing is, if you don't want men perving over your legs, don't wear a short skirt. Simple as that. I mean, I'm not saying don't wear a short skirt. I think women should wear short skirts.
But then again, if they do end up wearing those hairy legs tights, then men can just shout abuse at them, and then they'll have men for abusing them.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Why would you rather a man look at your legs and think, oh, they're disgusting, than look at your legs and think they're quite nice? Why would you rather that?
Well,
and if you didn't want people to see your legs at all, why wouldn't you wear trousers?
maybe they want to turn all men gay.
I don't know. Anyway.
It is a great mystery, isn't it?
Yes.
Anyway,
it reminds me of a joke I heard once, but I think I've heard it before. I can't remember who I heard it from though.
You must have heard it before if you heard it once.
Yeah, I can't remember who told me though.
What was the joke?
Well, there was this man who lived across. There were two states separated by a pond or a river or something, and God came down at him one day and said, "What do you want? I'll give you anything you want." And he said, "Well, I either want a bridge with 4 lanes going both ways, going from here over to there, so I can drive over there." And God said, "Okay, we could do that." And he said, "What was the other thing?" And the man said, "Tell me how to understand women." And God said, "How many lanes do you want in that highway again?" I must have heard that before, and I really can't remember who told me the joke.
No, I can't.
Was it you, Rick?
It was. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Did I tell it right?
It sort of. It was a man who wanted to go on holiday to Hawaii but didn't want to fly, and God asked him, what can I give you? And he said, "Oh, I'd like a highway, so I don't have to drive to Hawaii." And God was going, "Oh, that's a bit much. I don't think I could do that." And he goes, "Is there anything else?" And then the man said, "Well, actually, yeah, I'd really like to understand women." And then God said, "Oh, how many lanes do you want in that highway?" so yeah, but no, it's the same point. The great mystery.
Yeah, never be understood.
There you go, that's the joke's over with this month.
Carrying on in sport, in football, in the Confederations Cup, host Brazil beat World and European champions.